Hello and welcome back to WrestleCrack. I'm Nicky McLeany, aka the Italian Rapscallion, aka Mitch Betts. Today I'm going to be talking about a new pay-per-view schedule, get rid of some of the old pay-per-views, have some new pay-per-views, that type of thing. So I'm just going to run through month by month what I think should be in place, what's already in place and it's fine, and go from there. Thanks for watching. If you've got any comments, feel free to write them down there. That's it. There goes. I'll start with January, obviously. I think January is perfect as it is. Royal Rumble. Build up WrestleMania into March time. End of March, start of April type of time. I think that's perfect as it is. Royal Rumble, I think Fastlane's fine. Maybe the name. I don't know, I quite like the name because of it is the Fastlane to WrestleMania. That is back to, I can't keep that as it is. Going on to WrestleMania in March, that's fine. First quarter of the year, absolutely fine, keep it as it is. After WrestleMania, I think it already is, but I'll keep Backlash there to have the rematches from WrestleMania, the ones that don't involve the part-time people. So I think the first 4 pay-per-views of the year are fine. After Backlash, I would go straight into Money in the Bank, which sort of starts off the new WrestleMania has been done, the Backlash of WrestleMania is over, you've got the new year to look forward to, so you've got Money in the Bank, who sets up the new stars going forward into the next wrestling calendar year. Look, I think in the Money in the Bank we shouldn't just have the world title ladder match, Money in the Bank ladder match. They should have one for the tag team titles as well. That's never been done before. I think it would be really interesting to have tag team ladder matches. Are always good anyway. Putting the Money in the Bank in the equation as well, having the Money in the Bank people cash in gives the Money in the Bank a bit more oomph. Now they've only got one title, maybe even. Could even have the women's title if you want to put a woman in a ladder match. I will happily watch it. Have the women's title ladder match for the Money in the Bank. Have a women's Money in the Bank thing as well. I think it'll just give a bit more unpredictability in the shows that they've already got going forward. So I think that would be a good thing as well. Whether or not they want to do that, I think even the tag team one and the world title will be perfect. But they want to put the women's in as well. It gives them a good option going forward. I think after that, on January, February, March. About May, June, I would have sort of like a taboo Tuesday with social media being so big now, and how much they're promoting on the show. They should be having pay-per-views where it is decided by the fans, have the world title defended against anyone on the roster, whoever the fans vote for. So it could end up being Sandow, could end up being Ambrose. You never know who it's going to be. Have that all the way down the card. People select people for each match. Say if Ambrose wins every vote, so he's fighting for the IC US thingy title. I put him in the world title, whether I was second in the IC title vote, put them in for the IC title. Do it like that, so you can't have the same person voted every time. But you can vote for whoever you want. A tag team, you can put tag teams together. You can pick tag teams who you want. I think that'll be really good. It'll boost social media. It'll boost. People will see what's happening on social media and they want to get involved. It will get people invested in the product maybe a bit more if they are picking the matches. I know a lot of wrestling fans like to be the book and do imaginary booking and all that sort of stuff. So being able to actually book your own event however you want, even pick the stipulations, however you want to do it, just like to do a Taboo Tuesday and Cyber Sunday maybe. Yeah. Come up with a better name, social something. Yeah, I think it'll be wasting an opportunity not doing that. Having that there as well, just after, usually after WrestleMania, it starts peaking down, people start watching a little bit, so you've got the Backlash of WrestleMania, people might still be watching it then, you've got the Money in the Bank to boost people up, then you've got the social media event, people will really be into that. Going after that, I would have the Elimination Chamber. I know there's a lot of events like the TLC and the Hell in a Cell and Elimination Chamber. The Breaking Point one or something like that was it. That was Breaking Point. I had that a few years ago, the Fatal 4-Way one. The themed pay-per-views. I think they've got too many of them at the minute. I do like them now and again. But I think when you've got the TLC one and the Hell in a Cell one, you're a bit sort of shoehorning a feud into Hell in a Cell when it might not deserve to be in a Hell in a Cell yet. You shoehorn one into a ladder match or a chairs match and it just always feels a bit forced when you know the TLC pay-per-view is coming and then someone randomly gets up a chair and starts using it as the weapon when they never have before. It seems a bit too much. So for a feud, for a theme pay-per-view would have the Elimination Chamber and boost and promoted as this time of the year, every year. You have to go in the chamber. Whoever comes out the chamber goes into next month's pay-per-view as the champion or the challenger. Next pay-per-view would be August, so that would be SummerSlam. So it is a big event. The Elimination Chamber, like it used to be for Mania. But it takes away the... I think when they used to have Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, the Elimination Chamber in between, it sort of took away from Mania and Rumble. Fastlane's just a nice smooth thing in between them. I think having the Elimination Chamber before SummerSlam boosts SummerSlam, and it boosts, gives them more credibility. If you go into SummerSlam as a champion or a challenger, you really earn it by going to the chamber. So we'll have that in July, SummerSlam in August. September would be after that, and I would have last year or the year before, last year they had SummerSlam going up against TakeOver Brooklyn. The opposite nights, and everyone was saying that the NXT TakeOver Brooklyn was better than the SummerSlam. So I think after SummerSlam they should have a cross-promotional pay-per-view in September, something like Bragging Rights or whatever else they have, what we call Battleground, something where it is NXT people against the WWE people. You haven't got to make NXT win any matches. Maybe if you want to bring someone up from NXT, you can have them win a match and then bring them up from there. I think we just give casual fans a chance to see NXT. Why they don't do that already is beyond me, because if casual fans see NXT guys, they will want to watch NXT, they'll get the network. So you're sort of killing two birds with one stone there. You don't have to make the WWE guys look crap. You can put them in against people you know they're going to get cheered against, or you can work it so it works. So we'll have that in September. After that I would have Night of Champions. I know it's a sort of a theme pay-per-view, but it's not. You've just got your champions going in as champions and everyone's defending the belts. It's not like you have to shoehorn a feud into a cage or a Hell in a Cell or whatever. I wouldn't have them pay-per-views if a feud deserves, Hell in a Cell or deserves, it needs a ladder or needs a chair match or whatever it does. You just put them on a normal pay-per-view and build it around the special attraction rather than the actual pay-per-view being the special attraction. That's what I would do there. And I would have United Champions, just your champions. Whoever comes out United Champions goes on to November's event, which is Survivor Series as always, which builds up Survivor Series. Their title match is more of a big deal. If you, the credibility you'll get off being at the Night of Champions and being the champion still, going into Survivor Series, you get credibility off that. And I think Survivor Series should be built more around the tag team matches. If they didn't do them on Raw all the time, which it shouldn't, in the 3-4 months building up to Survivor Series, it would feel more special. And people recruiting people for the teams, maybe something on the line, title shots or something on the line to give it a bit more credibility until it builds back to where it used to be in the 80s and early 90s. That'll be good for Survivor Series. And then to finish off the year, I know I said about TLC and Hell in a Cell and stuff like that, but I would have Extreme Rules, because then it doesn't. Usually at the end of the year you should be closing off your feuds anyway from SummerSlam and Survivor Series, closing off your feuds in Extreme Rules. You can have any match on there you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be a hardcore match. It could be a submission match, it could just be a special referee match, it could just be tag team turmoil type of match. I finish off the year better than TLC normally does, because it's still, I just don't like a TLC pay-per-view because it does feel forced. With Extreme Rules, you are finishing off feuds in December, going for the next year's Royal Rumble. I think it's a perfect time to do that, and you don't have to have every match Extreme Rules. You can just have the majority of them, or just have little twists in the rules and tweaks in the rules to make them more interesting and intriguing to watch. That's our pay-per-view news pay-per-view schedule. No one's going to watch and no one's going to listen, but if I did do that, I think it would be a lot more interesting for me anyway. I don't know about anyone else. If you've got any comments, just like them below, and pretty much it. I'll see you next week for Raw review and all that sort of stuff, and I'll see you next week. Peace.